understand, but try to understand. There are two systems. One is developed using legacy technology. Another system is developed using latest technologies like Java, Hibernate, Python, okay, Ruby, Perl, and all. And another system developed using very old technology, C, C++, or micro mainframes technologies, language like COBOL and all they have used. And database is also different. But the front-end system supposed to communicate with S1. That's a back-end system. And back-end system or downward system or a down system supposed to communicate with the top layer. How that is possible? That is possible only with the APIs. So application programming interface. One more example I will give you. One more very simple example. We have a CC available, right? And there is another one. Okay, Razorpay. Okay, what is this Razorpay and CC Avenue? Yeah, you might have seen in while doing online banking, sorry, online payment for e-commerce applications.
Okay.
No, you never experienced these APIs?
No.
Razorpay, CC Avenue.
No.
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 Amazon Pay, at least Amazon payment card. Amazon Pay.
Yes.
Okay. Amazon has its own payment gateway called Amazon Pay. That's why we are not able to see these payment gateways nowadays. Earlier, even Amazon has used these payment gateways, Razorpay, CC Avenue, and all. Even if you take many of the government websites, okay, where they need to collect the taxes, right? They use CC Avenue. Whenever you make a payment to the government, automatically it will go to the CC Avenue. It's a payment gateway. Take the payment and it authenticate the bank account details and transfers the money from one account to another account. That is nothing but a payment gateway. How this payment gateway works actually? You know, Amazon is a different application.
Yes.
Okay, TS Pass is right. Telangana state wallet. There is a one wallet developed for Telangana state where we can what do you call, add a money to TS wallet and you can pay our bills. All utility bills can be paid using Telangana state wallet. Okay, wallet. How that is possible? That is possible. Amazon is a different platform and DS is a different platform, but still they are able to access these payment gateways because these are APIs.
Okay.
These are APIs basically. These are APIs. We simply have to procure the license for these services. Once you have procured licenses or what do you call, billing for these APIs, automatically they will provide open APIs. By using open APIs, they will just simply link these APIs to their websites. Once you have linked these APIs, automatically you can start using those payment gateways. That's what actually API is. API basically interface. It provides an interface and enables communication, data exchange between two separate software systems, right? See, you are using TS Wallet, but you have an account with ICICI Bank.
Yes.
ICICI Bank. What is this ICICI Bank? ICICI Bank is a different entity. Okay,
yes.
TS Wallet is a separate entity. How these two entities will actually communicate through an interface called Razorpay or CC Avenue. Okay, Razorpay or CC Avenue. This is nothing but API. Okay. So basically, API defines the request. See, Razorpay is an API, right? It defines a request that can be made and how to make the request, how the data needs to be formatted, formats that can be used, and so on between the two software systems. Because TS Wallet, just assume it speaks Arabic. ICICI Bank, it speaks some French or Spanish. How these two languages can be communicated? we can't interpret it. There is need an interpreter called Razorpay.
Okay.
This guy, what he actually exposes services, it defines the request, what are the requests that can be made and how to make the request, and what are the data formats that can be used between these two software systems. Okay. Are you clear now what is API?
Yes.
Yes, clear.
Okay. API is a computing interface which enables communication and data exchange. The data gets
Okay.
exchanged. How can you say data is getting exchanged? Because the money it is there in ICICI Bank is debited once you pay the amount to government through TS wallet. That means the data which you are accessing here automatically manipulates the data that is inside in the ICICI Bank database server. So basically API communicates and enables data exchange between two separate software systems. Okay. So coming to API testing, what is API testing? What is API testing? So that is all about API. Why we
Okay.
are studying API? Because SOAPIA is a API testing tool only. That's why we are studying
Okay.
API.
Okay.
SOAPIA is basically a testing application programming interfaces. That's basically web services testing tool. Okay, that's why we
Yes.
need to understand APIs. Okay, so what is API testing now? What is API testing? It's very simple. API testing is nothing but a kind of testing type. How many testing types are there? Functional testing, non-functional testing. Under functional
Yes.
testing, we do check the behavior of the application. Non-functional testing, there are various types are there again. Performance testing, security testing, load testing, and then API testing. API testing comes under non-functional testing.
Okay.
Okay. So API testing is a software testing type that basically what it does actually it validates application programming interfaces. So whatever the APIs we have in our application that needs to be validated, that's the objective of API testing. Clear? So the basic purpose of API testing is to check the functionality, reliability, performance, security of the programming interfaces. But most of the times, again, performance, security, and all we can't validate. We need a performance testing tools. So API does not provide that. We only validate the functionality of the APIs.
Okay.
Okay. So in a API testing, what we do, ideally as a tester, we use a standard user inputs like keyboards or outputs and so on to test an application. But in API testing as a software tester, we have to send calls to APIs. We have to make calls to APIs and we have to get the output and we have to check the system response.
Yes.
Okay. So API tests are very different from GUI tests. Okay. So what a GUI test basically does, sanity testing, behavior of the application, navigation, browser compatibility, user friendliness, okay, and so on we check under a GUI testing. But under API testing, we never test. We basically have to test, we does not focus on look and feel, we basically test the backend. Okay, basically concentrate on the business logic layer of the software. Okay, see how many layers would be there in an application? How many layers are there? Front end is a one layer. Okay,
Okay.
and the business layer. Okay, business layer. And last one is actually database layer. Okay. Database layer. మనం ఫోకస్ చేయాల్సింది ఇక్కడ బిజినెస్ లేయర్ లో.
Okay.
So PA that deals with the business layer. Front end is different and database is different. Database has its own type of testing called database testing. Front end anyway that comes under GUI testing or functional testing. Business layer where we do API testing.
Okay.
Okay. See, basically to do API testing, what do you need? We need an application.
Okay.
Okay. Application that ideally interacted through an API.
Okay.
Best example, e-commerce websites, all any kind of application
Okay.
which interact with the API. That's a prerequisite.
Okay.
So to test, what we need actually, we need either user testing tools, or we also do our own code. Okay, earlier we what I ideally do, even we did at that time we don't have SOAP and all, we don't have. Simply
Okay.
development team will create some virtual environment where we have to push the messages to the backend. Automatically the response message will come. We have to validate the response message. At that time we called as actually message testing. Okay, so message testing at the time we don't have XML and all is not there. Everything is formatted in VB code. Now XML has come that make our job so simple and easy. Okay, so this is all about API testing. What is actually required to create a test bed? Yeah, what is test bed? Test bed is nothing but a test environment.
Okay.
Okay, so what is required to create a test bed or test environment? What is required for API testing? Okay, see, compared to GUI testing, API testing is very complex one, especially when it comes to configuration, because we need to have an access to the database and business layer. For front end, you don't need to have an access to the business layer, front and back end. Only front end access is required. If you have the URL, that is sufficient to test an application. But for a business layer, what do you need actually? We need actually what we need? We need a database, access to the database layer and business layer.
Okay.
Okay, so setting up a testing environment for API automation testing is very, very complex. Database and server should be configured, then only we can access. Okay.
Okay.
So what are the type of outputs in API provides? Okay, the data, if you look at API testing, it is not standard actually. Any type of test data it will take. It may take string, it may take input integer, it may take anything. Okay, and status also. The output of API could be any type of data. It might be a string or it might be anything. And status also, it might be say true or false sometimes. And sometimes the API internally it invokes another API function.
Okay.
Okay. So these are the different type of APIs. So API ideally returns any data type. It might be integer or string, or it might be an object, or it might be an array or whatever it is. And another data type is status. Status is pass or fail or true or false. Or an API that invokes another API.
Okay.
That is also possible. Okay. So these are the different type of outputs of an API.
Okay.
Okay. So just let me know if you have any questions, and we'll take it up. Okay. So how do you write test cases for API testing? That is very important. Slightly different. Slightly different. How basically write our test cases for API testing? Okay. So we basically write test cases are completely based on return value, return type or value. Okay. On a condition. Okay. If we have these kind of services, it is very easy to test. If the return value is based on input condition, it is very easy for us to test. Okay, example, multiplication of 10 comma 20. So that means the value is purely depending on the parameter 10 and parameter 20, right? It automatically returns how much value? 200, right? So that means the return value based on the input condition. The input condition is 10 and 20, the value is 200. If it is 20, it is 400. So it is relatively very easy to test. And sometimes the API or a service does not return anything. Okay, if that is the case, the behavior of the API on the system needs to be checked. So if the API, if you simply call it, does not return any value, then it's very difficult to test. And another test case, there one API or event, it may trigger some another API. Okay, then we call these events or interrupt. Listeners should be tracked how it is interpreting, how these events are calling another events and all. We have to check. Okay, so these are the different type of APIs. First one is the return value. Return type is purely based on the input types, and second one is sometimes the services does not return any value. Third one is one event or API triggers some another event. Okay, so if that is the case, you have to check the event listeners which are invoked internally. Okay, and we sometimes we also need to test if API call modifies some resources, then it should be validated by accessing respective resources. Sometimes it simply delete the image. Sometimes it simply delete the folder structure. Then you have to validate whether the folder structure has been really deleted or not. So some of the APIs modify certain resources. So we have to test such kind of APIs also. Okay. So these are the different type of API test cases. Test cases you can say. Sorry, I really have very bad cold and sore throat.
No problem.
So if you have any questions, just let me know. We can take it up. Then we are going to wind up the session for today.
Okay.
ఏం లేదండి, వెరీ సింపుల్. మనకి ఫంక్షనల్ టెస్టింగ్ అంటే, లెట్ మీ స్టాప్.